to shine and look good and ain't hitting on you.
Yes.
And everybody else think you all that.
Yes.
Then to be who you really are, they can't handle who you really are, so they think that you the bad guy all the time. And really the bad guy is the one that's been faking it to make it, and you mad at the one that don't want to fake it and make it but keep it real. Watch the transition. How Joshua has to make a transition from being an armor bearer to Moses to being a commander-in-chief over the Lord's people. Is God only takes Moses chooses Joshua to be an armor bearer. When you look at the word minister and assistant in any vernacular translation, Joshua is really an armor bearer. That's how he starts his ministry. Now, he served Moses, and how he has to serve Moses is, when it's time for glory, Moses called Aaron and the priesthood. When it's time for mess, he called Joshua. Because priests can't handle mess, but an armor bearer can. Let me say it again. See, David, before he's king, he has to clean up his father's sheep mess, so he can get the message while he's cleaning it up. But you'll never get the message if you don't understand the mess you in, that you got to clean up.
Yes, yes.
When all the other brothers is around the father looking at him. I wish I had some. I'll do it like I do. So the transition here is Joshua now is told to go down in the valley, in the trenches, and fight Moses and the nation's enemy. While Aaron and Hur and all the others come up. Because you don't send people that needs to look good into a battle. You send people that don't care about looking good, but they love the one that they connected with, that they'll be willing to die on the battlefield, even though they look like a flunky. I wish I had some help. Watch what it say. Catch this. Can I help Chris so I can help you guys? Who wants my help? Watch the transition. This is the versatility. You ready for it? And if I go through all this, you can't be the same. I said, if I go through all this, you can't be the same. If I go through this, you got to give up pain tonight. If I go through this, you got to give up pain tonight. If I go through this, you got to be transformed tonight. Because I'm not going to go through this if you ain't going to do nothing. Because tonight I'm going to send you in the trenches to fight. Whether they understand why you're fighting or not, I understood. That's why I sent you. They didn't even know I sent you. They thought you was a flunky. And you got to know who you are while you fight in the gutter, fight in the trenches, when everybody else thinks you're flunky. Not to where you're at, but can you handle where you're at? See, many of y'all keep failing the test because you think you're going through a cycle about where you've been. But you're not failing where you've been. You already been there. How can you fail? I don't want to ever hear either one of y'all talking about I'm in the same old predicament. You can't be in the same predicament that we already came out of the predicament. If you're back in it, it's because you choose to go back. It ain't because God took you back, because you already came out of it. Why would God put you back in something He already delivered you out of unless you chose to go back in? Watch the transition. Watch the transition. Transition. Joshua has to go in the trenches and fight a new enemy for Moses. It's not the Egyptians. It's not Pharaoh. It's the Malachi. something to Moses. It was always about Joshua proving something to the people that he had to lead. Moses knew what was in Joshua because God told him. It was the people that he kept rejecting and kept rejecting him. They needed to see Joshua would fight for them, and then it came out about Joshua. See, when you come to the place, you fight for people, you going through stuff for people, you being lied on because of people, and you still fight for them, then that proves you're willing to die for somebody that don't even care nothing about you. I wish I had something. Who did Jesus die for? The lost. He said, I didn't come for the well. I didn't come for those that are whole. I came for the lost. The one that you got to go through the most for is the one that don't even respect. The one you got to give up the most for is the one that's trying to kill you.
Lord.
What's the transition? Moses did not do it because he was testing Joshua.
That's right.
Moses did it because God was showing the people what Joshua would do for them when Moses was coming.
Talk to me, sir. Talk to me, sir. Woo-wee.
He wanted the people to see Joshua just won't fight for you because I'm around. When I'm up here on the mountain and Joshua waiting from me, he'll still fight for you more when I'm away than he will when he's up in the pastor face. Watch folks that got all that to do and say when they're in the pastor face. Watch those folks when they're away from pastor. They fight harder away from pastor than they do with the with pastor. Somebody ought to shout, you ain't fooling the pastor. Now watch this. Joshua is instructed by Moses not only to go fight with them, but to choose people to fight with. Maybe your problem is you're going to fight, but you choose the wrong one to go to battle with.
Yeah. The ones that don't look like that. Wow.
Because the people Joshua choose, they know nothing about war. Because they've been in bondage for 400 years. And they just got in the wilderness. So he has to choose people that don't know no more than he does.
I hear you.
But all he knows is the people he chooses is got what the street taught to have heart. But if I'm going to go to fight, I got to help fight with people that got heart. I don't want to hear if you got mouth. I know you got mouth, but you ain't got no heart. I know you got big talk, but you don't have heart. And on the street when you say, I'm looking up for people that got heart. But people that got heart will die for you. People that got heart will fight for you. I wish I had some help up in here. Don't be talking about when we get up, we're going to bust them up. And we get out there, you bust them over the other way. And I'm stuck out here fighting with a switchblade. And I'm up against all type of machete and 9mm. When I see them, I'm going to put them in that place. We're going to get them. We're going to tell them about this. We're going to do. And then you get up there and you doing all talking, the rest of them backed up and left you out there by yourself. And you looking around and they don't talk you up for a week. I'm like, let's go talk to them. You need to confront them. You need to deal with them. You need to talk with them. And then when they don't push you to get there, you're by yourself looking crazy. And now you're mad at everybody. Am I helping anybody? Watch Joshua. Joshua go fight for a nation and a man of God. And he ain't been promised God. Moses didn't say, you go fight, you gonna take my place. He ain't telling the Lord be with you. He ain't saying, let's have prayer for you. Show me what's that.
Go ahead,
He didn't even say, I got your back. Thank you, son. He said, you go down there and find you some men, get in the trenches and kill out the enemy. But what Joshua failed to understand is Moses knew, I got you. Because every time you feel like you're losing, and you know you should be losing, and every time you feel like you should give up, and you're ready to give up, every time you're ready to walk away, you know you're ready to walk in the way, you can't find yourself walking away, you keep coming back, because every time your hand goes down, mine go up. Because your weakness now is perfected in my strength. I wish I had some help up in there. I said I wish I had somebody. That's why many of y'all feel like walking away and you don't have your mind made up and you was ready to put your foot out the door and see you don't want to be here and you find yourself turning around giving a salute when you know you said you weren't going to do it. And you mad at yourself because you did walk away but you didn't understand. I was somewhere with my hand up. While you were struggling in the flesh, I was somewhere fighting over time against your spirit so you could be bitter in the spirit and the flesh. Am I helping anybody? Watch this. Watch Joshua. Watch Joshua. He recognized his life is waiting in the balance for death. But he gonna fight. Without promise, nothing. When the battle's over, and the battle is completely over, notice what Moses gives the credit.
Come on, come on.
You see what the Bible says, and Moses, every time Moses' hand went down, they began to lose. Every time Moses' hand went up, they began to win. Because there was somebody else telling the story. You didn't read what Moses said. Every time my hand went up, we won. Every time my hand went down, we lost. That's somebody else telling the story because they're seeing what's on top.
I hear you.
Because they're going to bring the Bible like the Bible said. The Bible said when it was all over, the Bible said, and Joshua won that victory. See, you got to have people in your life that win victory for you and they don't need the credit. They know if they didn't help you, you would have died in that last season. You would have died in that last fight. And they won the battle, walked away, and wait till you tell them to go next. Because they didn't need the credit that went to you when they know they helped you get out of it. Does anybody understand what we mean? So watch this. Joshua got the credit. Then God called Moses to the side. He said, get Joshua ready now. Why? Because Joshua had proven he'll fight for people that don't care nothing about it. Because now what Joshua had proved this day, Moses, your assistant, your armor bearer, your minister, is he's no longer fighting for you only. He's fighting for your people too. He's fighting for your vision too. He's fighting for what you believe true from the people.